How hard is it to start a business, scale it, and make it all the way to the top? Does it take money, power, influence, or do you need persistence, ideas, and sheer hard work? People say we learn from others' mistakes, but why has no one told us to learn from other people's hard work that made them overcome their mistakes and made them who they are today? To share some motivation among all of the viewers, today we have someone who, despite of her outstanding success, remained in touch with her humble beginnings and goes an extra mile to give back. An entrepreneur and a millionaire, we are taking a look at the life of Courtney Adeleye. And myself and my team try to give you the highest quality content and share useful information about the people that inspire you. So feel free to share your thoughts and much needed love in the comments. And by subscribing to the channel and liking our videos, as well as sharing them with your friends and family. That being said, let's get started. Courtney Adeleye, who many remember for her beauty products brand, The Main Choice, do not know that she used to be a registered nurse. And if you look deeper, you'll find the same nurturing aspect that has moved forward from just being physical to emotional, self-aspiring, and motivating. It was not always glitters for her. Being born and raised in Detroit, she was in the race of helping her family and fueling her education from a very early age. Money was sure a scarce resource, and if anyone had to help you, no one opts to doing it for free. She remained true to her goals and raised a startup with just $500 of her own investment to grow $25 million in sales in just 4 years. She could have just kept it to herself. After all, many would agree that she had made it, and now it was time for her to enjoy everything she's ever dreamed of. Quite the contrary. Her approach towards helping people and making things better for them has always been the driving force for her. In fact, this is what motivated her to start Pay My Bill, a movement that she started on Instagram where every week she paid the bill of one of her Instagram followers. And if you think that's big, trust me, that was just the beginning. How did she get started, really? You might be asking yourself at this point. Well, great minds say inspiration is all around us, in every experience. You just have to open your mind. It all started after a bad coloring experience that damaged her hair. Adeleye began testing out natural hair products on the market, but found nothing that actually nursed her tresses back to its healthy state. Forced to experiment with different ingredients on her own, Adeleye started mixing her own hair care products in her kitchen and chronicled her journey on YouTube. Years later, the busy entrepreneur now has a solid line of hair care products called The Main Choice, which can be purchased online in select Sally Beauty supply stores, Rite Aid pharmacy stores, and soon, Target. As we follow her success timeline, we see her efforts to truly support people in ways that make their lives better, and not just motivate them to work hard for themselves. She leads them by many examples to follow and stay strong on the journey of achieving one's goals. Although she was a nurse, the skill that it takes to run a business, start a company, give yourself to it is something that doesn't necessarily mean you have to go through years of business school. At the base of everything, hard work, passion, and persistence are everything. When she turned her hobby into a business, or the main choice was born, you can say, was the time when she had to save her own money to invest in the company. She didn't even take a dime from it, and what she made from it, she put right back in. And you'd be surprised to know that it took her 2 years before she even paid herself a considerable salary. And we're still talking about the businesses she owns. This is how she managed to run the business. She learned it from life, basically. From her early life in Detroit, she learned how to make and utilize a financial cushion. And she managed to use the strategy of using her own money through saving and keeping her personal expenses and savings two different things. However, it wasn't only the business she started and made it big. Previously, she used to have a photo studio and a clothing store, which according to her was doing good but not great. In the time we're living in, the digital age, your plan does not only involve your financial situation or the people you partner with. Opening a shop is great, but to really scale a business and to reach a mass market, you can't do that by simply running a physical store. She didn't have a plan, but what she had was a commitment to herself that she can and will do it. She focused on more important aspects to form a reach. Like I said earlier, her Instagram following was already her consumer base. She just had to make it easier for them to be able to buy her products. She invested in a good website, however, stayed in connection with her fans and consumers. As she moved forward, she figured out a way to pay back the community and her followers on social media to really connect with them on a deeper level. The reason behind starting Pay My Bill was to give back to her followers and supporters, and to thank them in a way that was more than just coming on a public platform and sharing gratitude towards them for being her supports. For her success and what she suggests, everyone else is to take the first step, no matter how rich you are or how much you are struggling. Taking that step after you figured out what you want to do and what you stand for is basically the only thing standing between you and your success. You have to start somewhere, and it's never smooth sailing to the point where you can say you've made it. But the countless hours you spend struggling pay you dividends for the rest of your life. At the end, the message she gives to people who are looking for the motivation to start something of their own, she says, launching something is where you have your biggest impact. If you have to take a step back and say, I need a few more months to launch this, instead of doing something quick and not putting your best into it, then do it, because presentation is everything. The product is one thing, but the presentation has to be there as well, because you're not just selling the product, you're also selling the experience. I hope this has been inspiring for all of you. Thank you for joining us today. For more moving content, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like on this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.